this could also be a no ban.
Survey says, all right.
Cool.
So there's saving strats. There's saving strats. And then there's savings.
In through the courtyard and the blue bar door. They're not finding any targets, though, as EXG have peeled back beautifully. In behind the bar now, crouching up and down, as Young is trying to grab at least one target, and Crusher on a drone will be the first to fall. Just spots the head of another one outside of the blue bar window, but can't land the shots either. A flank coming up from Geo now. He's the last man alive. Young will fall, but a good trade there from Geo onto Pojo. Leaving it in a 1v2, but we're over half the time elapsed on the diffuser, and Bio will clean that now from that engagement against Biologic, but now it's Crusher to push in, pulling out the Inox detectors. He's got another repel coming up, and Crusher will claim the life of NVK way back in the site, but Canadian with a run out through the office door will trade out Schlongy, so Evil Genius is back with the man advantage. Two stacked inside of luggage, and they're not going to last very long. Young bearing down and will remove Crusher from play. This diffuser surrendered as well inside of luggage, leaving Achieve now to step on a Legion Mine, in the pixel angle from Young held, almost decapitating, but now they'll regroup. Pojo and Achieve joining forces at the top of these theater stairs, and Young taking no quarrels, and will fall eventually to the LMGE of Achieve, leaving just Achieve and Pojo left to work out of this.
Still some utility on both sides for these two teams. He'll burn out the ADS there from Achieve, but you've got Necrox anchoring down that just small wall on pink. That's usually the spot you're going to see the smoke play out of. He's got Canadian for some covering fire, even though Canadian will have to watch more than one angle now, thanks to the X-Karos going off onto that wall just by pink. Necrox will spray on in and find Achieve, which will leave Pojo there, but he'll grab 2. So only 5 instead of the possible 7 operators. Crusher taking out Canadian. That's Crusher's second kill, as he'd taken Young out earlier on. Got Necrox still stationed down inside of the site with the Maestro not too far off, as NVK will just watch that kitchen window. Geo also above, waiting to see if there's going to be any soft destruction. I think he spies the buck, but he's quite cautious in pulling the trigger. He'll cost Necrox his life, though, as Bio goes down before Geo's able to refrag. Pojo pops up and gets gunned down right in front of NVK, who will now get a couple spots on the Evil Eye Cam. Moving on over, NVK can possibly shred through the 2 members of EXG inside of service. He'll try to hasten the pace just a little bit, but he's a 3 armor, not that fast. Geo's there for some covering fire, and you'll see that both Crusher and Pojo have been downed. Achieved is very low on HP, and still these marks are coming out. Geo will secure the kill that he started earlier on Crusher, waiting to see what Achieved is going to be able to put together, but a bullet anywhere on the body will be his undoing, and it doesn't matter if it's on the leg, end up on the other side of him. Just above him is Young, the roaming rook. Exactly where you want to see that 3 armor with the ACOG, and Canadian will still be able to gun down Crusher, knowing that there's going to be a second there, but it's a joint effort between both Pojo Man and Biologic. But would you look at that? Now NVK is on in. This is a beautiful Iron Man.
Thank you.
There you go, you got him. This is a beautiful Iron Man strategy. Everybody from EG is just taking turns defending
through these kill holes that have been pre-made by the defense, and Nitrocell gets ripped out by Geo, but not tossed just yet, playing patient. Trying to wait for this plant to go down. The Nitro will be sent out now behind the bar. He'll collect the life of Pojo. That's diffuser lost. Schlongy has to rush up now for the kill. Sprinting full tilt at the kitchen hallway doors into Sunrise. The pre-fires will miss, and Geo on the re-peek lands it onto Schlongy anywhere else. But you're right, there's not really a whole lot he can do, especially being in a plant scenario. But as I say that, Pojo will collect a kill onto Young. The Rook will fall, Achieved in tandem, and Geo on the re-peek. You got NVK with 2 on the Alda as well. It's all falling apart for Excelerate now. It had the 5v3 advantage, and it can quickly disintegrates into a 2v3 to try and work out of. Schlongy's made it to the top of Cool Vibe stairs, but they've lost diffuser control, and you've still got Bio repelled out on the big window, taking fire. Rushing into Hookah now, claiming the life of NVK from behind is Schlongy, so the tandem is now evened up in man count. Geo at the vase, and now pressure in behind the bar, but Necrox just ducking under fire, able to land the shot.
The HP in the process, but more than the HP that will be dire for him is the fact that he's also lost the advantage of surprise. So, he'll play up top, waiting to try to get back to site. His cross could be held from inside of the main lobbies. You see the plant going down, and there's no information for EG right now. Excelerate looking to be able to bounce back. Young is just a foot away, but doesn't know that through the wall, the planter will go off. We're going to lose that fight to Crusher, though, as Canadian will take 1 down for EG, running out for a possible second, but it's tough. There's only 2 members of EG just left. To make that 1, as Canadian will be the last one left, as the entire site has been pushed by EXG. NVK will fall, and Canadian will look to walk right in. He's going to be covered from 2 separate angles, and just to add insult to injury, it's the sidearm shotgun that you don't really see doing a lot of actual damage from Crusher as he's prone. No shotgun in his hands. Evil Geniuses will lose NVK, so there goes your possible flank watch. Young's going to just endure as much of that Guma in pain as he can, but he's going to get silenced, and there's another from EXG. But EG will bounce back. Necrox taking down Crusher. It's a 2v2. There goes Necrox to Pojo Man, a second kill, and Canadian now with the diffuser down below as Zofia will have to get into the site. But he doesn't have a lot of time to go.
This is your more typical setup for the Canadian, but he's carrying diffuser, which is a good thing. It seems like everyone, though, has read that Canadian will be retreating towards the cool vibe stairs. As he presses up, he's got 2 on his right. Bio on 5 HP. One shot through the benches would end it all, but no. Cut down by the Alda, and Pojo will snipe. Plant going down from Geo in the middle of the round, and somehow Necrox is inside of the bathroom as well. The plant gets called and canceled there. Schlongy will tack on for 1. Crusher with another one on the Canadian. It's all Geo alone now, who tried to go in for that sneak attack plant inside of Blue Bar. Now he'll have to retreat through the security hallways. He's got 3 to find. One on his backside is Schlongy, still holed up inside of the kitchen hallway now, as he's rotated away from the main lobby desk. And that's where the most recent intel would have been on Schlongy from the call out from Young. You're just waiting to see if anyone's rotated. Inside of Courtyard, though, will be Bio.
On in. They are all in a variety of different positions all over the map. And I'll start off with Canadian. Necrox can't do much. Gun down from Pojo Man. That's kill number 11. It's been a resurge from the man they call Poj Zera. Canadian just going for broke, but he's going to see Poj. Oh no! He still has time to pull out the MP5K, and he gets Canadian, despite a bit of a miss there. And a panic from Canadian, not knowing which target to prioritize. Still downstairs, Geo's going to see the Pulse, wearing the EG skin. Just a bit of irony as Achieve takes out Young, Geo takes out Achieved. And what's going to happen with the remaining members of EG? Geo's going to try to get upstairs to join NVK, who spotted 2 bodies of Accelerate. You know that one's going to be playing in the back, and Pojo just narrowly misses, losing his head to Geo's Egress up the hallway, over by Luggage. MP5K trying to work around the side, Schlongy down to NVK, and both members of EXG are so low that this is very winnable. And it doesn't matter where he hits on the body. Once again, Biologic so low on HP that even though he tries the strat, referred to as the bikini body, it's not going to go anywhere, as he will get bikini-bodied by to be, taken out early on against Necrox. And it really takes the C7E in this position, but look at that! EXG with an answer of their own! They dominate that kill feed. 4 kills for EXG all the way down. And it'll be Necrox in this position, who started off with the 2 kills, and that's all EG has so far. I don't think he's going to notice exactly where the full positioning of EXG is, and he might not be aware of the fact that Pojo and Crusher have also both been down. Oh, there he is! But Bio's there to be hit the barbed wire on Cool Vibe stairs and begin his descent on downwards, but Achieved has that angle covered. They'll see him despite the fact that there's quite a bit of bottles in the way, and Achieved with yet another. That's 4 kills for Achieved. What a round for him in particular. Because of that, it's match point for EXG. There are only 2 points. Joe, man. Hello, sir. Congratulations. Nice poach face.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. So, first question. Were you expecting them not to ban anything?
No. Definitely weren't expecting that. We figured they'd just ban Buck like everyone else has been doing. And they just didn't ban it. I mean, if they're trying to hide stuff, I guess it makes sense. But, like a lot of those ops that they might have banned, they might use as well. So, who knows? But yeah, definitely wasn't expecting that. So we expected 5 ACOGs on the first round, and I think we got it. So
you did.
We were kind of anticipating that.
Did you feel the game tighten up at all? Because from our perspective, it definitely seemed like a lot of the chances that EG were taking in the first couple rounds did tend to change as the game went on, but then they also ran Young on Ash for attack. So.
Yeah, like the first few rounds were kind of just all over the place, and then it kind of tightened up, and then we're like, okay, we actually have to play a little more structured than we're used to, because usually kind of match like random aggression with your own random aggression. So like as soon as Glaz started coming out, I just had to peek him. So that's the only way I'm going to survive.
We saw the return of Poj Zera today, as we like to call him. Would you like to walk us through your breakfast routine to get to that level today?
Breakfast routine, let me see. I had a banana and an orange and a cup of coffee.
And that's it.
That was it. That was all I had.
That's half of what Troy eats for breakfast, so. No.
I'm working on it.
Since you've joined the team, what do you think the biggest change has been that you've seen both as a coach and then as a player on the transformation behind the team? Because there was a bit of a change we saw when Tomas jumped onto the roster, and it seems like there's been other changes as well since you became an active player.
In terms of like, Tom is a really good player. Like, I think he's still like an insanely talented player. I think we just wanted to like clean up attacks and make them more consistent. That was the main thing. And I think the biggest thing is communication. Like the amount of calmness now that we have as opposed to when I first joined is like, it's night and day. It's completely different. Like, it used to be super panicked if anything would happen. People were yelling things, and now it's just what's happening, what's going on, and then the elevation of how important it is determined. So it's not like overly yelly for everything. So that was the main thing.
Now you're out of that, dreaded 7th place auto relegation spot as you hold the tiebreaker over Rise Nation. Looking towards Season 10, in the off-season and onwards, what would you assess as the number one thing that the team needs to focus on? And I ask you this in particular because you have a wealth of experience in Pro League, and I would imagine that you are probably inhabiting the role of the elder statesman of EXG so far, who has seen quite a lot of stuff in his time in Pro League.
The biggest thing going forward is probably just more strategies, more diverse strategies, and actually having them like more fleshed out as opposed to like on the fly as much. Like, we didn't have a whole lot of time to kind of prepare me for these matches, so once we kind of get in that groove, I think we'll start doing quite a bit better.
Well, congratulations on your season. Congratulations, you in particular. I do enjoy your choice of jersey for the interview. Any prediction for the next matchup? I know that you would probably be rooting for Dark Zero, given
of course
that they're playing Rise. But yep. I think I speak for a lot of the community when I say it's genuinely nice to see you back and in top form. So